Welcome to Trivia on Tap, where we prepare you to win bar trivia and increase your general knowledge. Subscribe for daily trivia videos and comment below with how many answers you got correct. Let's get started with some famous explorers trivia. Which Italian explorer is credited with discovering the New World in 1492? Is it A, Christopher Columbus, or B, Ferdinand Magellan, or C, Marco Polo, or D, Amerigo Vespucci? The correct answer is A, Christopher Columbus. Who was the first European to reach India by sea, landing in Calicut in 1498? Is it A, Marco Polo, or B, Christopher Columbus, or C, Vasco da Gama, or D, Ferdinand Magellan? The correct answer is C, Vasco da Gama. Which Portuguese explorer led the first expedition to circumnavigate the globe? A, Christopher Columbus, or B, Ferdinand Magellan, or C, Vasco da Gama, or D, Juan Ponce de Leon? The correct answer is B, Ferdinand Magellan. Which explorer is known for his travels across Asia, documented in Il Milione? Is it A, Marco Polo, or B, Ferdinand Magellan, or C, Christopher Columbus, or D, Vasco da Gama? The correct answer is A, Marco Polo. Who was the first European to reach the Hawaiian Islands in 1778? Is it A, James Cook, or B, Marco Polo, or C, Ferdinand Magellan, or D, Christopher Columbus? The correct answer is A, James Cook. Which Spanish conquistador led the expedition that caused the fall of the Aztec Empire? Is it option A, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, or B, Francisco Pizarro, or C, Hernán Cortés, or D, Juan Ponce de Leon? The correct answer is C, Hernán Cortés. Who was the first European to see the eastern shore of the Pacific Ocean in 1513? Is it A, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, or B, Christopher Columbus, or C, Hernán Cortés, or D, Ferdinand Magellan? The correct answer is A, Vasco Núñez de Balboa. Who led the first successful expedition to the South Pole in 1911? Is it A, Edmund Hillary, or B, Roald Amundsen, or C, Robert Falcon Scott, or D, Ernest Shackleton? The correct answer is B, Roald Amundsen. Which French explorer claimed Canada for France in the 1530s? Is it A, Jacques Cartier, B, Louis C, Samuel de Champlain, or D, René Robert Cavelier? The correct answer is A, Jacques Cartier. Who was the first European to explore Florida in 1513? Is it A, Christopher Columbus, B, Vasco da Gama, C, Hernán Cortés, or D, Juan Ponce de Leon? The correct answer is D, Juan Ponce de Leon. Which explorer led the first expedition to cross the North American continent to the Pacific Ocean? Is it A, Meriwether Lewis, or B, Hernando de Soto, or C, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, or D, Christopher Columbus? The correct answer is A, Meriwether Lewis. Who explored the Mississippi River and claimed the Louisiana Territory for France? Is it A, Jacques Cartier, B, Christopher Columbus, C, Robert de La Salle, or D, Lewis and Clark? The correct answer is C, Robert de La Salle. Which Scottish explorer was instrumental in the exploration of the interior of Africa, including Lake Tanganyika? Is it A, David Livingstone, or B, James Bruce, or C, Neil MacGregor, or D, Henry Morton Stanley? The correct answer is A, David Livingstone. Who was the first European to reach Brazil in 1500? Is it A, Pedro Álvares Cabral, or B, Vasco da Gama, or C, Christopher Columbus, or D, Amerigo Vespucci? The correct answer is A. Pedro Alvarez Cabral. Which Spanish explorer searched for the mythical 7 cities of gold in the American Southwest? Hernán Cortés, or B. Christopher Columbus, or C. Juan Ponce de León, or D. Francisco Vázquez de Coronado? The correct answer is D. Francisco Vázquez de Coronado. Who was the first European to sight New Zealand and parts of Australia in 1642? Is it A. Abel Tasman, or B. Ferdinand Magellan, or C. Christopher Columbus, or D. James Cook? The correct answer is A. Abel Tasman. Who was the first European to navigate the entire length of the Amazon River? Is it A. Christopher Columbus, or B. Vasco da Gama, or C. Francisco de Orellana, or D. Hernán Cortés? The correct answer is C. Francisco de Orellana. Which French explorer founded Quebec City in 1608? Is it A. René Robert Cavelier, or B. Pierre de Monts, or C. Samuel de Champlain, or D. Jacques Cartier? The correct answer is C. Samuel de Champlain. Who led the first recorded European expedition to reach the coast of California in 1542? Is it A. Hernán Cortés, B. Juan Rodríguez Cabrillo, C. Francisco Vázquez de Coronado, or D. Christopher Columbus? The correct answer is B. Juan Rodríguez Cabrillo. Which explorer's voyage in 1497-1499 proved that Brazil and the West Indies were not Asia's eastern outskirts? Is it A. Christopher Columbus, or B. Amerigo Vespucci, or C. Vasco da Gama, or D. Ferdinand Magellan? The correct answer is B. Amerigo Vespucci. Who was the first European to discover and explore the Hudson River? A. Vasco da Gama, or B. Christopher Columbus, or C. Henry Hudson, or D. John Cabot? The correct answer is C. Henry Hudson. Who led the first European expedition to reach the Mississippi River in 1541? Is it A. Jacques Cartier, or B. Christopher Columbus, or C. Hernando de Soto, or D. Juan Ponce de León? The correct answer is C. Hernando de Soto. Who was the first European to explore the Great Lakes and the Mississippi Basin? Is it A. Juan Ponce de León, or B. Jacques Marquette, or C. Christopher Columbus, or D. Ferdinand Magellan? The correct answer is B. Jacques Marquette. Which Italian navigator and explorer sailed under the English flag and discovered parts of North America in 1497? Is it A. John Cabot, or B. Vasco da Gama, or C. Christopher Columbus, or D. Amerigo Vespucci? The correct answer is A. John Cabot. Who was the first European to explore the Pacific Northwest of North America? Is it A. Christopher Columbus, or B. Marco Polo, or C. James Cook, or D. George Vancouver? The correct answer is D. George Vancouver. Which Portuguese navigator discovered the island of Madeira? Is it A. Pedro Alvarez Cabral, B. João Gonçalves Zarco, C. Vasco da Gama, or D. Bartolomeu Dias? The correct answer is B. João Gonçalves Zarco. Which explorers' expeditions led to the discovery of the source of the Nile River? Is it A. Chris Columbus, or B. Sir Francis Drake, or C. John Hanning Speke, or D. Marco Polo? The correct answer is C. John Hanning Speke. Which Spanish explorer was the first European to see the Grand Canyon? Is it A. Garcia López de Cárdenas, or B. Francisco Pizarro, or C. Hernán Cortés, or D. Christopher Columbus? The correct answer is A. Garcia López de Cárdenas. Who was the first European to set foot on what is now known as Argentina in 1516? Is it A, Christopher Columbus, or B, Ferdinand Magellan, or C, Vasco Núñez de Balboa, or D, Juan Díaz de Solís? The correct answer is D, Juan Díaz de Solís. Who led the first successful expedition to climb Mount Everest in 1953? Is it A, Reinhold Messner, or B, George Mallory, or C, Sherpa Tenzing Norgay, or D, Edmund Hillary? The correct answer is D, Edmund Hillary. Which explorer's expedition first reached the North Magnetic Pole in 1831? Is it A, Ferdinand Magellan, B, Robert Peary, C, James Clark Ross, or D, Christopher Columbus? The correct answer is C, James Clark Ross. Which European was the first to sail through the Bering Strait? A, Ferdinand Magellan, or B, John Cabot, or C, Vitus Bering, or D, Christopher Columbus? The correct answer is C, Vitus Bering. Which explorer was the first to complete a solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean? A, Richard Branson, or B, Amelia Earhart, or C, Charles Lindbergh, or D, Howard Hughes? The correct answer is C, Charles Lindbergh. Who was the first European to explore the lands of the Inca Empire in Peru? Is it A, Hernán Cortés, or B, Christopher Columbus, or C, Francisco Pizarro, or D, Jacques Cartier? The correct answer is C, Francisco Pizarro. Thanks for watching. Comment with how many questions you got correct. Should we make the next video have easier or harder problems? Was the difficulty just right? Do you have suggestions for future trivia topics? Don't forget to drop a like and sub if you enjoyed the video.